This is the problem with feeling things, as our comments from the haters discussion previously revealed. You may get down to the fourth rep of a squat, your third set of squats, sets of 5, you may get down to the fourth rep, and you may just feel confident that you cannot do the 5th rep. So you put it up. And now what's happened? You don't actually know that you could not do the 5th rep because you didn't even try it. And it might have gone up. You might have got stuck at the bottom. But I'm telling you, people are notoriously unable to judge their own physical capacity from a subjective standpoint, like how did the thing feel? It might have felt hard. Now, you can quantify that with your little RPE number if you want to, but the fact of the matter is you don't know. You don't know whether it'll go unless you try it. Right now, who of you people listening to this podcast has not been in the gym? This is assuming you're actually training. Not been in the gym and got to the 4th rep of the 5th or the 3rd set of 5 that you're going to do on whatever movement it is, especially squat or deadlift. And you think to yourself, I don't know that I can do this next one. But you had the balls to carry the bar down to the bottom and drive it back up, and lo and behold, there it was. How many of you have not had that experience? Now, I'll grant you that on the bench press, if you get down to the 4th rep on the bench press and it's a limit rep, and you can tell it's a limit rep, a no shit actual limit rep, you probably ought to rack it because you're going to get pinned at the bottom. But the bench press is virtually the only one of those exercises that behaves that way. I mean, you can actually tell when you're grinding the 4th rep up, chattering all the way up to locked elbows. You could tell that there's not another one there. But you don't know that on a squat. You honest to God, you don't know that on a squat.
Well, the bench is the one that everybody has experience with and is perfectly willing.
Bench is the only one anybody
perfectly
does.
willing to push really hard on. These people aren't being evil or intentionally disingenuous. The exercise science people, the guys at the gym, they allow themselves to be convinced and fooled that what they're doing is effective because it is effective for a very short amount of time. So,
everything is effective for a very short amount of time.
So if you've never worked out before and you start doing leg press in a circuit of machines, you are going to build some muscle. You're going to lose some weight, especially because you're also probably paying attention to what you eat for the first time, and you're going to have some results. And that's perfectly fine within the context of most exercise science studies where it's a short duration, untrained people, so on, all the shit that we've always talked about. Perfectly fine in the context of a personal training situation where this person's only going to be there for 2 to 3 months and then they're going to move on to something else. You have done your job, but it's in the long term ineffective. And how much strength have you actually gained? Not much. And how much have you actually grown from a muscular standpoint? Not much, right? So the point is that these machines don't allow you to stress your body enough in order to make actual real progress that matters. You're looking at a timeline of 6 weeks tops, maybe 8 weeks, and then you're done, right? And that's the experience of every dude who's been in the gym and worked his ass off using machines to try to get bigger and stronger.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Of all of the barbell exercises, the bench is most similar to a machine exercise because of the short kinetic chain and the limited amount of muscle mass that it trains.
And so to go back on what you said earlier, I don't think anybody who is worried about getting their squat up actually believes that a leg extension is going to get their squat up. I think if people are serious about it enough, they understand if they want a big squat, they're gonna have to squat heavy.
Right. But the problem is with the fitness industry and with all of the college ex-phys programs in the whole entire world, they don't teach you that you should want your squat to go up.
Oh yeah, and that's common knowledge at this point.
They don't teach the importance of these normal human movement patterns under a load. They don't teach the deadlift. They don't address it. As far as they're concerned, that's just something freaks do. Well, we go down to the college weight room and we do the machines because we're ex-phys majors.
Well, for them, it's one piece of a massive puzzle, and they're looking at all this other shit that is heavily affected by strength, and they don't realize the connection. So they're concerned with people's VO2 max. They're concerned with
They're much more concerned with the mitochondria than
they're concerned with all this other shit that
5 more pounds on their squat.
That in terms of performance is really not that interesting.
Join us again this week on Starting Strength Radio, where we are going to have kind of a wide-ranging discussion about what starting strength is versus what everybody else does. And I think we make a pretty good case for the fact that everybody else is kind of fucking this up. See you then on Starting Strength Radio.